What if the doubts holding you back aren't even real? What if the key to breaking free has been right in front of you all along, but you just didn't see it? For thousands of years, the story of Prophet Musa has been a beacon of hope, resilience, and transformation. This isn't just ancient history, it's a guide to overcoming fear, doubt, and the limiting beliefs that keep us trapped. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we'll uncover how this timeless wisdom, paired with modern science, can help you. Break through barriers holding you back. Rewrite your story for a brighter future. By the end of this video, you won't just understand Musa's journey, you'll start your own. The question is, are you ready to step into your potential? Have you ever paused to ask yourself, why am I not where I want to be in life? It's not because you're incapable. The truth is, limiting beliefs are holding you back. These beliefs are like invisible chains formed by words we've heard growing up, experiences we've endured, societal norms we've absorbed. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine a child who dreams of painting vibrant landscapes, pouring their heart into every brushstroke. But one day, someone, maybe a teacher, a parent, or a peer, says, "Art isn't a real career. You should focus on something practical." That child stops painting. Over time, they begin to believe, "I'm not creative. I'm not good enough to pursue my dreams." Years later, as an adult, they hesitate to express themselves in any creative way, carrying that seed of doubt planted long ago. Does this sound familiar? Maybe for you it's not painting. Maybe it's starting a business, pursuing a passion, or simply believing in your own worth. Even Prophet Musa, Moses, faced this. When he was tasked to confront Pharaoh, his immediate response was, "My chest tightens, and my tongue is not fluent." Quran 20:25-28. Musa's words weren't just fear, they were deeply rooted in his belief that he wasn't capable. He doubted his abilities, but what transformed his journey was a shift in perspective. Here's another way to look at it. Imagine standing in front of a locked door, convinced it's impossible to open. What if all along the key was in your pocket? These limiting beliefs are the locks, and shifting your mindset is the key. Take a moment to reflect. What beliefs are keeping you from pursuing your goals? Are they based on truth, or are they just stories you've been telling yourself? Musa's story shifts here, and so can yours. Musa was reminded that his mission wasn't about his limits, it was about his faith. He was given tools, a staff that could transform into a serpent, a companion in his brother Harun to support him, and most importantly, a choice: to trust in divine wisdom and step forward despite his fears. What does this mean for us? Musa's journey teaches us that limiting beliefs aren't permanent. They are simply walls we build to protect ourselves from failure, but those walls also block us from success. So what about you? What Pharaoh are you afraid to face? What limits have you placed on your own potential? Musa's story reveals how even deeply rooted doubts can be transformed into strength with the right perspective and tools. Now, let's explore the modern equivalents of these limiting beliefs and the practical techniques to overcome them. The subtle impact of cultural norms. Cultural norms often whisper messages that shape our worldview. Stay in your lane. Don't dream too big. Focus on what's realistic, not what's possible. These subtle messages, repeated over time, create invisible barriers. Consider how many people are steered towards safe careers or away from creative pursuits simply because that's how it's always been done. These beliefs don't just limit individuals, they suppress innovation, creativity growth on a societal level. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, are my choices shaped by what I truly want, or by what I've been told is acceptable? The role of social media comparisons. In today's world, social media is both a tool for connection and a breeding ground for limiting beliefs. Scrolling through perfect photos and curated success stories, it's easy to think, I'll never be that good. My life doesn't measure up. But here's the truth. Social media often hides the struggles behind the scenes. Behind every highlight reel is someone navigating their own doubts, failures, fears. Psychologists call this upward comparison. When we compare ourselves to others, we perceive as more successful. This comparison creates feelings of inadequacy and reinforces limiting beliefs like, I'm not talented enough. I'll never achieve that level of success. What did they have in common with Prophet Musa? They faced their pharaohs, the voices of doubt, whether external or internal, and chose to rewrite the narrative. Let's dive deeper into the hidden barriers holding us back. These limiting beliefs aren't just thoughts, they're narratives we unconsciously live by. The more we name and confront them, the clearer our path to freedom becomes. Here are 12 powerful examples of limiting beliefs you may not even realize you're carrying. This belief often stems from childhood comparisons or societal standards. It's a silent killer of confidence. Break it. Write down 3 qualities you admire about yourself. Acknowledge your strengths and realize no one else can bring what you do to the table. This belief reduces success to chance, ignoring effort, consistency, and resilience. Break it. Look up the biographies of successful people. You'll find stories of persistence, not luck. Remember, the harder you work, the luckier you become. Many believe they need large investments to chase their dreams. However, some of the most successful ventures began with almost nothing. Break it. Start small. Allocate a fraction of your resources to test your idea. Most breakthroughs don't require perfection, just action. Age is often used as an excuse to avoid change. Whether you're 20 or 60, growth is always an option. Break it. Think of examples like Grandma Moses, who began painting in her 70s and became a renowned artist. What could you start today that would bring joy or meaning? We often feel unqualified to pursue our passions. But every expert was once a beginner. Break it. Identify one skill you want to learn and commit to 15 minutes of practice a day. With time, small efforts lead to mastery. This belief ties success to privilege, background, or circumstances. While context matters, it doesn't define destiny. Break it. Reframe your narrative. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty, but built an empire. Success starts with believing you deserve it. Fear of failure keeps us from taking risks. But failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Break it. Redefine failure. Instead of seeing it as defeat, view it as a stepping stone to growth. Reflect on what each setback teaches you. Perfectionism convinces us we need more preparation, delaying action indefinitely. Break it. Take the first step, however small. Remember Musa's staff? It was just a stick until he used it. Start before you're ready and confidence will follow. Fear of others' opinions silences dreams. Break it. Reflect on what truly matters. Are others' opinions worth more than your happiness and fulfillment? This deep-seated belief stems from guilt or unresolved past experiences. Break it. Practice self-compassion. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Gratitude rewires the brain to focus on abundance instead of scarcity. Quran insight. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Quran 2:286. Reframing. Your past prepared you, not defined you. Bible. Insight. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. Isaiah 40:31. Reframing. Your strength lies in perseverance, not comparison. Now let's talk about you. What limiting beliefs hold you back? Practical technique 1. Name your pharaoh. Write down a limiting belief you carry. For example, I'm not good enough to start my own business. Now ask yourself, who told you this? Is it based on fact or fear? Most limiting beliefs crumble when faced with evidence. Practical technique 2. Reframe the narrative. Instead of saying, I can't, try this. I haven't learned how to yet. Language matters. By shifting your perspective, you stop seeing limitations as permanent and start viewing them as challenges you can overcome. Practical technique 3. Take the first step. Remember Musa's staff? It was just a stick until he used it. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most powerful. Try this. If you want to improve your health, start with a 5-minute walk today. If you want to launch a project, draft a simple outline. Small actions build momentum, and momentum shatters limiting beliefs. Your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's. As Rumi said, as you start to walk on the way appears. Your path will reveal itself as you step forward. Breaking through limiting beliefs is not just about willpower. It's about harnessing the profound interplay between science and spirituality. Let's explore how Prophet Musa's journey reveals insights that neuroscience and psychology confirm today. 1. The neuroscience of fear and emotion. Reframing: when Prophet Musa faced Pharaoh, his fears weren't only external, they were deeply internal, tied to the amygdala, the brain's fear center. Fear activates the fight-or-flight response, creating mental barriers that can feel insurmountable. But here's the groundbreaking part. Dr. Lisa Feldman Barrett's research on emotions reveals that emotions are not hardwired, they are constructed. This means our brain interprets physical sensations and labels them as fear, excitement, or calm based on context and past experiences. Practical takeaway. By practicing mindfulness and reframing situations, you can change how your brain interprets these sensations. What once felt paralyzing can become empowering. 2. Neurogenesis: proof of endless possibility. Modern neuroscience has debunked the myth that the brain stops growing after childhood. Neurogenesis, the brain's ability to create new neurons, shows us that change is possible at any age. This aligns beautifully with the Quranic teaching. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. Quran 94:5. Our brains are wired to adapt, evolve, and overcome, even in the face of life's toughest challenges. Practical takeaway. Every time you challenge a limiting belief, your brain rewires itself. Like Musa confronting Pharaoh, each step forward strengthens your capacity for growth. 3. The staff of Musa, a symbol of untapped potential. The staff symbolizes untapped potential. Like Musa's transformation, it reminds us of the power of faith and action to create change. In psychological terms, the staff symbolizes tools like affirmations and visualization, which can unlock untapped potential in the human mind. Affirmations: repeating positive statements like "I am capable" strengthens neural pathways for self-belief. Visualization: studies at Harvard show that imagining success activates the same brain regions as experiencing it. When Musa threw his staff, it was both an act of faith and a declaration of his vision. Practical takeaway. Take a moment to reflect. What is your staff? What untapped potential or tool are you holding, waiting to use? Even small actions backed by belief can trigger transformation. 4. Confirmation bias: breaking the invisible barrier. Our brains naturally seek evidence to support existing beliefs, a phenomenon called confirmation bias. If you believe "I'm not good enough," your mind will highlight every mistake as proof. Pharaoh exploited this cognitive trap, convincing his people they were powerless. Musa counteracted this with a powerful alternative belief. You are destined for greatness. Freedom is within your reach. Modern neuroscience provides a tool to break this bias. Self-directed neuroplasticity, rewiring the brain by consciously challenging negative beliefs. Replacing limiting thoughts with affirmations like "I am capable" strengthens neural pathways for empowerment. Key exercise: write down a limiting belief you hold. Replace it with a positive affirmation and repeat it daily for 21 days. Neuroscience shows this practice reshapes your brain. 5. The power of visualization and action. When Musa threw down his staff and it transformed into a serpent, it wasn't just a miracle. It was an act of self-belief. Visualizing his success gave him the courage to act. Research from Harvard reveals that visualizing success activates the same brain regions as physically achieving it. This means that combining visualization with small, deliberate actions creates a feedback loop that strengthens confidence, a process psychologists call behavioral activation. Key exercise: spend 5 minutes each morning visualizing a specific goal. Pair this with a small action that moves you closer to achieving it. 6. Overcoming fear through community. Prophet Musa's journey wasn't solitary. He had the unwavering support of his brother Harun, Aaron. Social neuroscience shows that positive social reinforcement reduces fear and increases resilience. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals fosters the courage to take risks. The Quran highlights this principle, and we strengthened his arm with his brother. Quran 25:35. Key insight: build a supportive network that uplifts you. Share your struggles with trusted individuals who inspire and motivate you. 7. The mirror neuron effect, transformation through inspiration. Musa's story continues to inspire because of the mirror neuron effect. Neuroscience shows that when we witness someone else overcoming adversity, our brains fire as if we're experiencing their success. This is why spiritual teachings resonate so deeply. They remind us of our shared potential for transformation. Hafez captures this sentiment beautifully. Fear is the cheapest room in the house. I would like to see you living in better conditions. Practical takeaway. Surround yourself with inspiring stories and individuals who challenge limiting beliefs. Witnessing their courage ignites your own. 8. The subconscious power of faith. Faith is not just spiritual, it's neurological. Studies reveal that meditative prayer or affirmations activate the prefrontal cortex, enhancing focus and resilience. Musa's reliance on divine guidance anchored his thoughts, allowing him to overcome doubt and act decisively. As the Quran reminds us, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out. Quran 65. This verse reflects the principle of trust, not just in a higher power, but in the belief that challenges pave the way for growth. Take Rumi's teaching. Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. This message resonates universally, echoing the need to embrace transformation and trust the journey, no matter your faith. The Quran beautifully complements this with the reminder, indeed, with hardship comes ease. Quran 94, 5-6. This verse highlights that trials are not permanent. They are stepping stones to growth. This is a universal call to rise above fear, aligning with the human quest for courage and fulfillment. In the Bible, we find a similar theme in James chapter 1, 2, 3. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. This reinforces the idea that adversity is not punishment, it is preparation. By weaving together teachings from the Quran, Rumi, Hafez, and the Bible, we see a profound truth. Transformation transcends religion. It is a journey shared by all who seek to break free from fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. Regardless of your spiritual background, these lessons remind us that resilience, trust, and courage are the keys to unlocking our full potential. Key practice: pair meditation or dua with positive affirmations. Reflect on Quranic verses that emphasize trust in Allah's plan. Practical integration: bridging science and spirituality. To break limiting beliefs, integrate these actionable steps. Daily gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you're grateful for. Gratitude shifts focus from scarcity to abundance. The Quran reminds us, if you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor. Quran 14:7. Visualization. Exercise. Picture yourself succeeding against a specific challenge. Pair this visualization with dua, just as Musa prayed, "My Lord, expand for me my chest and ease for me my task." Quran 20:25-26. Affirmation practice. Repeat affirmations like, "I am enough" or "I am capable." Consistency rewires neural pathways for positivity. Reflection on ego and fear. Reflect on spiritual metaphors like Pharaoh representing the ego and actively challenge inner doubts by aligning your actions with higher values. The intersection of science and spirituality. The teachings of the Quran, coupled with the wisdom of thinkers like Rumi and Hafez, align with cutting-edge neuroscience to reveal a profound truth. Fear isn't your enemy, it's your guide. Limiting beliefs are not permanent, they can be rewritten. Prophet Musa's story is a testament to the power of faith, action, and resilience. Just as he overcame his doubts, so can you. Remember, transformation begins with one step, and that step is yours to take. You are not your fears, you are the one who overcomes them. From the Quran, and despair not of relief from Allah. Indeed, no one despairs of relief except the disbelieving people. Quran 12:87. From the Bible, for the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy chapter 1:7. From Rumi, why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Let's revisit where we began. The story of Prophet Musa reminds us that fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs are part of the human experience. But here's the key. They don't have to define your journey. Think about the moments in your life when you stood at your own Red Sea, unsure of the next step, doubting your strength. Now let's make it real. Close your eyes and imagine the biggest obstacle in front of you. Feel its weight, its presence, the fear it brings. Now picture that obstacle as a vast sea, and suddenly the waters begin to part. Your fears recede. Your doubts diminish. A clear path emerges, inviting you to step forward. This is your Red Sea moment, and like Musa, you have the strength to walk through it. A challenge for you. Here's something to reflect on. What is one limiting belief holding you back today? Take a moment to name it, write it down. Then take one small step to challenge it, no matter how small. Action transforms fear. And one step forward is all it takes to begin. Join the conversation. You're not alone on this journey. In the comments below, share the limiting belief you're working to overcome. Let's build a community of courage, resilience, and transformation together. Your story might inspire someone else to take their first step. A closing thought. Rumi said, "Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth." The power to rewrite your story lies within you. You can rise above limiting beliefs and step into the life you're meant to live. So when doubt whispers, "You can't," remember this. Every great journey begins with a single step of faith. Now it's your turn to walk forward.